remind all of you, four members of the original temptation are no longer. I like to take a brief moment and remember them. Let's never forget the late great Mr. Paul Williams. Also the late great Mr. Melvin. Now there may have been many before him, and there may be many after him. But there will never be one like him. I've seen fellow late great Mr. David Ruffin. And how can we forget the tall big one, the late great Eddie James. How about one for order tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, the people of the New Testament, you're welcome. Now, let's look at the corner.
Hi. Hey, everyone. How are you? Welcome to season 2, episode 13. I'm your girl, Roz, and your host and creator for Roz's Happy Hour. This is brought to you by Trisha Entertainment. If this is your first time viewing our show, welcome. And if you've been here before, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we hope you all come back and join us again. And if you're watching on Facebook, please hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Listen, and if any of you need any of the artists on our platform that we've had or not had, we'd love to be a resource for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Currently, we have Corey the poet. He just did some wonderful Mother Day shout outs. He's available for birthdays, special occasions, and even to host. Just let us know, just hit me up. All right. And please keep us in mind and let your peeps know too. So, how are you all doing today? Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers. I had a great weekend. I had courtside Warriors seats. Warriors won by 40 points. It was right at my house with my champagne and the computer. But this is how we do it now. But it was really cool. It was really, really cool. Like I said, the Warriors won up by 40 points. So anyway, happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Wind down. I don't mean wind. I mean wind down Wednesday. Grab your favorite beverage and come hang out with us. And if you have any questions for our guest today, please just hashtag Roz's Happy Hour, and that way I can grab your questions. All right, and I'll do my best to grab it. I'm also on Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, which turns out to be Buy Me a Glass of Champagne. So it's a small way to contribute to the show. But anyway, and thank you for the ones who have already contributed. I appreciate you. All right. Well, our motto here is to bring you the best in arts and entertainment. Well, let me introduce you all to the founder of the Temptations Forever group. He runs a Temptations Forever group of over 100,000 members, and I've asked him to co-host with me today. So would you please welcome my co-host, Mr. Maurice Stacy.
Shirley.
Shirley. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Roz. Everything's fine.
Good. Well, welcome to Roz's Happy Hour. I mean, if we're going to talk Temptations today, it's only right that we have you on here.
All right.
Can you share with us about the Temptations Forever group?
Yeah, that forum started about 8 years ago. It was something I put together for people who just wanted to talk about the Temptations and in an intellectual way, not a lot of bar fights, not a lot of this person's better than that person. It's just to learn about the Temptations, hear songs that people may not have heard before that they've done. I've been surprised by the young folks and the older folks who just haven't heard all the music, had heard all the catalog. And on that forum, you can hear just about everything that the Temptations have done and seen most of the videos that they have been in. So it gives people an opportunity to just talk about the group that we all love. So
how did it get started?
I was on Facebook, new to it, just looking for places to discuss groups and entertainment things that I liked. There's the Temptations fan site, but that's got over 1 million people, and they kind of limit what you can say.
Yes.
Most of the fan forums, you kind of put your comment out and you may or may not hear back from anybody, or they control it so that, there's no free conversation. I wanted a site where people could discuss the Temptations freely, keeping the cursing down, all that other stuff, but just have an intelligent conversation about what you like, what you don't like. It started out with just 10 people, and it quickly grew. I mean, it's far larger than I ever thought it would be, and it's continuing to grow. We get about 1,000 new members every week. So eventually, with that growth, and participation. I had to add some more people to help me manage it because I can't look at that site 24/7.
Mm.
And there are times when people, for whatever reason, get into some heated arguments about who's better than this and why somebody did that. Of course, most of these people have never talked to a Temptation. They've never talked to a family member, but they all have their opinions of what they believe is the truth. So that part in itself is just interesting.
And that's how I found the group, because somebody said something about Otis, and of course I jumped in and sarcastically, because I've been with Dennis, booking him and traveling with him for over 30 years. So and that's how I found the group. So thank you for joining us and supporting the Temptations and keeping the memories alive. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's keep it moving. I can't wait to see my good friend and our next guest. We'll say hi to some folks in just a moment, but in the meantime, let's get the show started.
In the group, I'm the best thing ever happened to this damn group.
Nobody's bigger than the group.
Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. But you can't. Because there is only one David Ruffin. And without him, the Temps ain't nothing but a group in search of a David Ruffin. Matter of fact, I've been thinking, we should call the group David Ruffin and the Temptations. Yeah, that sounds good to me. You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go. Yeah, David Ruffin and the Temptations.
The son of Motown, the son of the original lead singer of the Temptations, currently touring with Dennis Edwards' Temptation Review. Please give him some hearts. You know how we do. And welcome my friend, Paul Williams Jr. Hey, Paul, what's happening?
Hey, Roz. Hey,
Welcome.
how are you? Hey, thanks for having me on here. Maurice, such a pleasure.
Hey, Paul. Glad to meet you. Glad to see you again.
With that opening video, the little guy, and I refuse to let you go. Oh my God, that was hilarious. I loved it.
I thought it would be perfect to have, to put him in to start off the show. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I sure did.
I did enjoy it. You know how to start it off, Roz. You're the queen of this. I'll give you that.
No, I don't know about that. Your girl be working hard. So, well, let's holler at some people before we get into, some shows, because I haven't seen you, Paul, since before Dennis passed. I think the last time we did a gig together, God, about 3 years now, 4 years? Dennis has been gone. How long?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I can't even remember what it was. We travel so much, and we've seen you so much. You will come to wherever we're at. If we're in Denver or Dallas or Chicago, you will be there.
Yes.
So I really can't remember the last place I've seen you, but I know I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, you're kind of clicking a little bit, but hey, Walt. Good evening, Walt. We have some other people. Oh, Jan, I can't say that.
Juanita Maldi, that's my cousin from Chicago.
Oh, welcome.
Hey, Juanita.
And Mr. Spencer is from the Bahamas. Thank you.
He love him some Rosalind.
Yeah. Eugene Brown. All right. And then we're saying hi to the videos of classic as the Temptations. Yes, yes, yes. We'll get into a little bit more of that. So, Paul, when did you start singing with Dennis Edwards?
My first show with Dennis was March the 2nd, 2008. Actually, well, actually, my first show with Dennis was November of 2007. That was like a trial day. And we were in Indiana, I believe it was the Horseshoe Casino, and we had like 3 dates. We had one date, but we had to do like teasers from the first floor to the third floor to the main show. And that's when we had our manager, Ben Crosby. I'm sure you remember Ben.
Oh yeah.
So, so we had our preliminary vocal rehearsal, and we didn't go over no dancing. We just went over vocals. They just wanted to make sure I had the vocals, and which I did. I've had like 2 weeks to rehearse with these guys, and out of that 2 week time, my daughter at the time was like 4, and she would help me. Daddy, you messed up. But anyway, we did the first teaser, which was about 15, 20 minutes. Then we'll go to the second floor and do another teaser of maybe a little longer, 15 to 30 minutes. So by the third teaser, Ben said, I think I can put my stick up now. I think this boy's got it. And I can remember Dennis asking me, hey man, are we going to dance tonight, or are we just going to sway back and forth? Because he didn't have enough time to learn the steps. But I had videos at home and I learned all the steps. I said, look, man, we're going to dance. If my father was here, we'd dance. We're going to dance tonight. And we did.
Listen, Dennis told my husband and I that he had a new member and that was coming to audition, and that you had all the Temptation moves. I mean, he was so impressed. He said he said you knew all the moves, and he was giving you that spot. Yeah.
I did. I did a lot of. I've endured a lot of hours of rehearsing those tapes within a 2 week period. And and at the time they called me, I was still working my job, so I had to like take off for 4 days just to rehearse so I can be ready. Because I knew I didn't want to clock in no more. So.
Yeah, because you didn't disappoint.
Well, thank God I did, man.
And let me say, whenever Dennis announced you, I mean, the applause that people gave you was so amazing. When they would say Paul Williams Jr., audience always went crazy in that part of the show. So, Maurice, do you have anything you want to ask Paul at this point?
Yeah, Paul, just wondered, after Ali left the group, how did you float up to Dennis? How did you get introduced? How did you come to the group?
Well, I've always known Dennis. All the Temptations over the years, because of my dad, Paul Williams. And every time Otis's group would come to Detroit or Dennis's group come to Detroit, I would go to their show and hang out with those guys in the dressing room. So I've always knew them. But one thing about Dennis, Otis would do the same thing as well. But one thing about Dennis is every time I'll go to their show and visit those guys, they would start singing, and Dennis would say, hey man, do your dad's note while we do this. And I would do it. So they always knew I can do the singing part.
Okay.
So that's how that ended up.
All right. Yeah, because we just, before the review, nobody had seen you singing. Nobody had seen you with a group. So they just wondered how that happened. So that was all. And
I've had multiple groups here in Michigan. Just local groups doing a little singing here and there. But as far as worldwide, no.
Okay.
And I thank Dennis for that. I really do thank him for that.
Yeah, the people in the forum do love and appreciate when they saw you perform. They play videos of you performing and singing "Don't Look Back" a lot. So
Right.
Mm.
Well, my aim is to please the audience. I try to give the audience the best Paul Williams I can give them. I can't be no other than Paul Williams Jr., but I try and give the best Paul Williams singer I can give them.
good.
And so far, so good. So thank you,
Well,
Agreed.
man.
well, when did you know you wanted to be in this entertainment business?
Wow. I really didn't know when I wanted to be in the entertainment business. I always knew I wanted to be a singer just by watching my sister Sarita. I mean, this lady could sing. This my older sister Sarita, and I used to always sit there and watch her sing with my thumb in my mouth and be like, "Wow, I wish I can sing." And my mother heard me one day say, "If you want to learn how to sing, you need to watch these videos of your dad. Listen to your daddy." And I did that over the years. So, and I've always wanted to be a professional football player because when I got the call from Ben Crosby, which was Dennis's manager at the time, to come join the group, I was still playing semi-pro football at the age of 41.
Oh.
And I went to my coach. I said, "Hey, man, it's time to retire. I'm about to go on the road and start singing with Temptations."
Wow.
And that was the most fabulous day of my life. You know, to be going on the stage to emulate my dad and you know, give these people, put smiles on these people's faces, you know, give them a remembrance on what they were doing at the time this song came out or whatnot. It was just a beautiful feeling at the time.
Well, wow, you look just like your dad. I'm sure people tell you that all the time.
Yeah, other than my mother looked at me and she said, "Ooh, you make me sick." But it's all love. It's all love. I know. It's hard for my mother to look at me because it brings back so many memories to her as far as with her and my dad. So
Mhm.
Oh,
hey, I
yeah.
am who I am.
I am. There's a so how does it feel to be the son of such a legendary father? I mean,
You know, sometimes it can be very strenuous because you want to do the very best you can at your craft. I want to be able to give the people the best Paul Williams I can. I know I'm not exactly my dad, but if I can get that close, I'm
Mhm.
fine with that. But sometimes it can be very strenuous, you know. But I had a talk one day with Gerald Levert, and I asked him the same question you asked me, and he kind of broke it down and said, "Hey man, it's rough being a son of a legend. My dad, Eddie, come on now, it's rough, but I have to be me." And so that really gave me a lot to go off of after I had that talking with him. I have to be me, but at the same time, see, Temptations were a lot different than the OJs. So it's hard to really like be me, the me I know. I want to give people the Paul Williams that they know. And sometimes it could be rough, but it's so far no complaints.
wow. Yeah. I mean, because you actually move like him as well. I mean, you dance like him. So it's yeah, that's got to be
That
challenging.
No, I've had the
blame that
pleasure.
on my mother because my mother, I swear, every time she would have company, I would try and hide and act like I'm not even in the house. She always said, "Paul Jr., come down here and do your daddy." And I had to come downstairs and do all this stuff, and so that really taught me how to be like him. So give thanks to my mother, Mary Williams, for that, and for the vocal abilities. Listen to your daddy. So thank my mother for that, Miss Mary Williams. I love her dearly. And my sister Sarita for giving me the courage to go out and do things.
Yeah, Paul, I've had the pleasure of actually seeing your father perform with the Temps
Okay.
and seeing you with the review is very, very similar. So, and that's why you get the applause you get. So, because
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I've been around the Temptations or seen them perform since I was in high school, and
Okay.
Hey, Rick.
every time they came to the DC area, I would be there, whether it was at the Howard Theater or the Carter Barron or others, and I was there for every show. I mean, that's how much of a fan I was. So, anytime they're in the DC area, either the Temps, the Review, even Glenn's group, I'll go see him, and just to relive those memories.
Right.
Paul, do you wish your dad could see you now?
I do. I do. It's funny you asked that because I have to make believe that my dad is standing on the side of the stage on every show that I do. And my aim is to just make him proud.
Wow.
So that gives me the courage to be the best that I can be as well when I'm on the stage, because I have to make believe that my dad is on the side watching me and smack me upside the head when I leave stage, say, you did that wrong. I really do. I really do. That's very, that's one of my main things that I think about before every show. I wish he was here.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's what gives me the momentum to give these people the best Paul Williams I can give them. So,
do you what was I going to ask you? Did you ever get to see him perform, or you were too young to remember?
No. What's funny is my mother say, I don't see how you don't remember your daddy because he took you everywhere he went when he came home. I do remember being inside Motown. But there's not a lot of things I remember. I remember going to a roller derby match, and I asked my mother and sisters. They say, your dad took you. I don't remember him being there. I remember going to see Joe Tech. Why I was there, I don't know, but my sisters and mother say your daddy took you there.
Wow.
There you have it. My dad died. I was 7 going on 8. I don't have a great memory because, hold on a second.
Yeah. So.
Excuse me. Because he was on the road a lot. And so it is what it is. I do remember the funeral. I remember the funeral as if it was yesterday. But I really do not have a clear memory of my dad.
Yeah. Well, how much of the Temptation story did you learn from your family? Or did you learn off TV?
No, TV doesn't explain what my family know. My godmother, Carrie Grant, which is Cornelius Grant's wife, Cornelius Grant's wife. Stories I hear from Cornelius Grant, which is my godfather. Stories I heard from Dennis. Stories I heard from Otis. These stories I've heard doesn't compare to this movie.
Wow.
Which a movie I really enjoy watching the movie. I really do. Because I get that question asked me all the time. Did you enjoy the movie? I really did. I really did. I think the guy that portrayed my dad, Christian, he did a wonderful job. I think all the guys did a wonderful job. I really enjoyed watching that movie. But the stories that I've heard through people that were there do not compare to that movie.
I used to hear a lot of stories from Dennis. I mean, I have some stories.
I do too. You have 30 years of stories. I only have 12 years of stories through Dennis.
Yeah.
Maurice, I've heard a lot of them.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is that everybody who's been in this has got a lot of stories. And that movie was only, 2.5 hours. They had to pack a lot of stuff in there, usually from Otis's point of view. But even with that, they took a lot of license in how they portrayed the stories. So.
Well, even through Otis's point of view, I'm sure they added a lot of his point of view, and the movie was actually just made for TV.
Right.
You know, and I really enjoyed it. I'll be scrolling through the TV and it'll be on. I try and go by it, but I end up going back to it because it involves my dad, you know, and the rest of the guys. You know, so.
Yeah.
Just it sucks you back in. I understand.
Right.
I do the same thing. So,
Laura, hey Laura, you got some interesting questions on here today. What about collaborating with some artists out now and creating a new sound of your own? He's a temptation forever. We're not letting Paul go.
Thank you.
So he can answer it, you know.
Collaborating. Well, let me start by saying, as far as collaborating with artists, that's always a great idea to collaborate with multiple artists. But my idea of collaborating would be with the sons of Motown, which is myself, David Ruffin Jr., Melvin Franklin Jr., Glenn Leonard Jr., and the list goes. And you can't get no better than that with the juniors of these Temptations.
So how is that going?
Well, we're going to rekindle that.
Okay.
We started it about a year and a half ago. It kind of broke away due to a lot of different, views. But now these guys are seeing things in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try it again.
Okay.
So
is Cornelius going to
I think
still help you out?
Cornelius is always going to be involved.
Okay.
Cornelius is all of our mentor.
Okay. Yeah, I talked to Melvin Jr. and even David and Richard when he was involved, and even Glenn. But I saw the introductory video that you put out, which was great. Everybody was looking for more. I mean, it'd be great if y'all could just get together for a week and put together something on YouTube that could reintroduce yourselves. So
hey Denise, she's already saying, wow, that would be great.
I mean, I hated to even have to put that back out there. I just wanted it to really be a surprise to the world, but it is what it is. It's going to happen. I'm sure it's going to happen. We have to do this because our dads left these doors open for us to walk through. So we're going to walk through them. I mean, if it doesn't happen, I'm still going to be out there. I'm sure those other guys were there find some kind of source or a way of getting out there as well. But we're working diligently to make this thing happen. And the difficult part of this is we all live in different states, so that's what makes it so hard.
Right.
We all live you got one guy in Atlanta, two in LA, one in Detroit, and it's difficult, especially with this pandemic. He made it worse.
I was just going to say, the internet is a great thing. If you need me, I got you. I'll hook y'all up.
That's right.
Virtually. That's the only thing I'm doing right now is virtually. And, that would be great. That would be great. Right. So, but do you think you would do like the Sons of Motown? Would that be like doing the music from each or new music just called the Sons of Motown?
No, you asked me to expose a little bit too much now, Rob.
But you call me TMZ. Come on, it's breaking news.
And folks, you will know why she's TMZ by the end of this segment, okay?
Oh God.
By right, we would love to go out there and show the people that we can do exactly what our dads did. as far as on their level, in their perspective in their music, and we're also working on original material as well.
Yeah, good.
So it should work out both ways.
Hey, Joe. Let's say hi to some folks. He said, "Hey, Paul." He said he'll write the charts for the band.
Joe Rivera. I know Joe. He's a great guy.
Joe's a good guy. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Here's a Detroiter, all inherited great talents from greats. Yes.
Yeah.
Laura Blake has a good question. Do your other siblings have that beautiful, strong voice? She sounds like she flirting though, but okay.
Hey, better watch out. My wife in the other room listening now. No, my sister. I get my motivation. I have gotten my motivation to sing through my sister.
Okay.
By way of my dad. I always knew my dad could sing, but just sitting there personally watching my sister sing, my sister Sarita, and also my sister Mary could sing, but my sister Sarita, we'll give you another Patti LaBelle. Oh my God, we'll give you a Stephanie Mills. We'll give you a Gladys. She can do them all. This girl can sing.
Wow.
So, but yes, I have no brothers with this strong voice, but I do have a brother that plays bass guitar.
So it's what was it? 6 of you all?
Well, through marriage is 5, and outside of marriage, so it goes on. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
I love them all. I love them all. They're my sisters and brothers.
That's nice.
Now, let me say to that. See, I have another forum also, which is called Sons of Motown. And so there's a lot of comments on that forum about the Sons also. I know that I've heard Paul sing, I've heard David sing, I've heard Melvin sing. Melvin and Paul do sound a lot like their fathers. Richard and David can and Glenn can sound. You can hear the Temptations in them, but you want to
let
hear.
me tell you something. With firsthand experience and first view, Glenn can sound like his daddy. He can sound like Eddie. Trust me, David. I thought the same thing you did. We pissed him off one day, and he just came out and started singing his daddy's song, and it brought Cornelius Grant to tears because he sounded just like his daddy. But you can't be selective with that. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it.
Right.
But this brother can sing. Whatever you put in front of him, he could sing, whether if it's daddy or someone else. David Ruffin Jr. can sing. Glenn Leonard can sing. Junior can sing. Glenn Leonard Sr. is one of our mentors as well. Great guy.
Yeah.
See, the talent is there, and the public is waiting to see this.
Yes. Yeah. Sherry Brown, since the loss of Dennis, will the Temptations Review be going on tour?
Well, June 5th through the 7th will be in Miami, Florida. There are some opposed dates after that. I can't give them right now because I'm not looking at the itinerary. But yes, we're back on tour as far as next month, and it goes on and on and on.
Wow.
Oh, what?
So let's give a big shout out for all my brothers in crime, Mike Patello, Chris Arnold.
Hold on. Let me. There you go.
There they go. Look at that. Myself, Chris on the left, by me. I'm going from me to from left to right. Myself, Chris Arnold, David. See, look at Roz, Miss TMZ, Dennis Edwards, and Mike Botello. Now the guy that came in and kind of replaced Dennis Edwards was Curtis Jefferson. We call him CJ. Brother can sing. Great singer.
CJ singing. He's singing with the Spinners too. Right?
He's also singing with the Spinners.
Yeah.
Let me just add this one of my favorite all-time pictures of you guys.
Oh yes, I never remember
That
that.
was-
I'll never forget that night. Muhammad Ali. That was at the inaugural.
Yes, President Obama.
And we did a surprise birthday song for Muhammad Ali that night.
Yes, that was a treat.
That was
That
great.
was a treat.
I shook his hand and my whole hand disappeared.
Oh, speaking of,
I have big hands.
yeah, okay. So, yeah, he's strong. There's my boy. Hey, Chris Arnold.
There you go. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris. Thanks for joining us tonight. I got to get all you guys on one show. So we'll have to work on that.
Mike may pop through here. If David C is on, he may pop through. Curtis is always on social media, so I'm sure he may. If he's seen it, he should be on here.
Y'all look sharp. Yeah, they were sharp at that time.
Yes.
So
those are good days.
So do you miss being on the road right now?
I do. At the beginning of the pandemic, I'm sure every artist out there was like, ooh, we get to take a break. They didn't expect that break to be a year long.
Right.
But to take a break and be at home with family. What's funny about my break is being on the road with Dennis for them 13 years. I've missed all my kids' graduations. Okay. I have one left at home now, right? And she be 18 next month. She's about to graduate next month. And they just called us to come back out on the road like 2 weeks ago. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And I'm going on her graduation.
Oh, no.
She understands.
I know, but
I have beautiful kids. My kids are beautiful. They understand my life, the life I live. They understand it. But I'm in their lives, so
yeah.
I just wish
What is that?
4.
That's all right. And hi, Miss Paul Williams. Hi, Miss Williams.
They're in the other room looking at this.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I see Edwina on here. This is all my road dogs. Hi,
Edwina, what's up, Edwina?
Love you. That's Chris Arnold's wife. Thank you guys joining us. What is the fondest Motown memory? What is your fondest Motown memory?
Mine? Excuse me. I do remember a time walking inside Motown. That's it. Going downstairs and being told to go back up. That's all I remember. Remember, I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
That's the only Motown memory I have as far as part of Motown. Because I was very young when my father died. So,
was there any performance with Dennis that you can say
excuse me,
stood out the most? Something that you always remember?
Yes, there is. I have to excuse me a second.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Who's this, Reverend?
I'm sorry, everyone.
Thank you.
My favorite performance with Dennis. I'm sorry.
No worries. I know. Let's do this. We're going to go to Paul live. You want to do that and we'll come back? Give you a second. Hang on, you guys. Let's watch Paul in the show. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this together here. All right. Yes. Yes. Those are the
That brought back memories. But I want to
yes.
apologize to all the viewers and listeners. Look, I'm at the end of my my cold, so I have a bad cough. So I'm trying not to breathe too hard because it makes me cough. But anyway, back to your question. One of my most memorable shows that I've done with Dennis, and I'll never forget this, um, is around Veterans Day.
Mm.
And before the show, we will always visit the veterans hospitals
Yes.
to all the veterans that were not able to attend our shows.
Mm.
And we will go through and sing to each individual veteran in there. And I never remember, we was in Baltimore, Maryland, and this one particular veteran, he would never smile, he would never laugh or talk to anyone for years until we came in there.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
And they took him and they brought us to his room and we sung to him. And I did a research, I did a recall on. After about 6 months, I called back to that hospital and they said, this guy been singing and talking ever since y'all left.
What?
Nice.
That's my most memorable show in Baltimore, Maryland, Veterans Day. I can't remember what year that was, and I should, because that's my most memorable. But for this guy to be talking now and smiling and laughing and
Yes.
communicating with people after we leave. Oh,
Music is healing. Music is healing.
Yeah.
But I have one that's even more. Remember when you I'm saying us, we did Hot August Night. No, it was the car show, and you guys sang to someone who had just had brain injury. Do you remember that? And it was like in Reno or Tahoe or something. I have those pictures, but you may not.
I believe it was Tahoe.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah, but it was a lot of cars, a lot of hot cars, and you guys really took time with this individual. I think that he had some brain injury, and so I remember that so much. So, but music is a universal healing. And I think that's why so many people are part of Maurice's group, because it gives us, the memories down memory lane.
Yep.
We can talk about and remember, such pleasant memories. So somebody named Eugene Brown.
I remember that. I remember that. They had a lot of old 50s and 60s cars out there that day. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, we took a picture in the lobby, didn't we?
Yes, we
Miss
did.
TMZ. Miss TMZ.
Listen, Dennis and the guys used to get so mad at me for always taking pictures. I'm a picture person. I love pictures. But one year I took all of those pictures from all over the world that they had been, and we had traveled, and put it on a disc and gave it to the guys for Christmas. And I mean, it was a treasure. They could look back and say, "Whoa, we played there, we played here, we were there." I mean,
that's right.
So it is. And now looking back, Dennis is gone, and I have all of these, photos and memories. So
yeah, you do have photos, because oh Lord, I can tell you, boy, when we come down, lobby call at 3 a.m, she down there, let me get a picture. Before the show, let me get a picture. After the show, let me get a picture.
Yep, I'm gonna get my pictures.
We're at the airport getting out off the airplane. Let me get a picture.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: besides your father, which one of the Temptations was your favorite?
It's funny you asked me that, because my favorite was Dennis. It's not. I'm not just saying it because I sung with him. It was Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mhm.
this man, Dennis was an awesome. He was a
Entertainer.
gifted individual.
Mhm.
This guy could sing.
Mhm.
I'm talking for a person with a voice like Dennis, who just shout and scream all the time, but on point
Mhm.
and on note, but can
Yes.
whisper a whole song.
Yes. Yes.
Dennis. Outside of my dad, Dennis was the man next. I mean, I loved all the guys. They all were great. David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks, Melvin Franklin, even Otis was great, because a lot of people exclude Otis and not realize what Otis' job was. Otis' job was, he was a utility man, and whoever sing a lead, Otis would do that background note. Not many guys can do that.
Yep.
You have to sing first tenor, second tenor, baritone, and
Some.
sometimes bass.
Yep.
That's what a
Okay.
utility man does. He can sing everybody's note. Now, you ask Eddie to do a baritone. He couldn't do it. You ask
Wow.
my daddy to sing a bass. He couldn't do it. You ask David to do a bass. He couldn't do it. Or Otis was the guy, the utility man, to handle all them background notes necessary
Mm-hmm.
to make the song work. Who's ever sing a lead?
Mhm.
That's a difficult job. Unfortunately, I can do that. But
Well, but you came in a group, but you joined Dennis's group after Ali. Is that correct? Or you guys sometimes Ali was in a group and
no, at the time I came in, Ali was out for about 4 months. And then for some oddly reason, they was calling me, telling me, well, Ali was on the marquee, so we have to bring Ali. So you would suit up, but Ali would come out and do his 3 songs and this and that and this and that. And this and that.
oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that's
You
because
remember that? Come on, Miss
yeah,
TMZ. You remember that?
yep. Sometimes it was 7, 6 of y'all. Yep, out there
Yeah, yeah.
because
So I would do the
Ali would only.
show, and then when Ali would come up on stage, Dennis would walk off stage so we can be up there with Ali.
Yeah.
Ali was also a great mentor because
Yeah. He's
even
a
though he
showman.
knew I was taking his place, it wasn't because he wasn't doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
It was for some other odd reasons, but it wasn't because he wasn't doing his job. Because Ali he was a great singer.
Yes.
But Ali have always came to me and said, look, man, do this, do that, do this, do that. He was a great mentor as well.
Yeah, he was a great entertainer. He
Yeah.
really was a great entertainer. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
most definitely.
so your mannerism is just like what we saw and got from your father. I just want to share this one right there. There it is. They're all the lead singers, right? That's
Yeah,
all
there they
right
are.
there. And then here you go. You just stand like them and everything.
Wow. Hey, blame my mother for that. Miss Mary
Yeah.
Williams, blame my mother. She said your mannerism, your posture, and everything has to be like your daddy. And I was taught that at a young age. So everything I do, I try and be like my dad. And so far, so good. It's a plus for the band. So
Mm-hmm. So you were born in Detroit?
I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
Nice. Nice.
Crittenton Hospital, 1966. Hey.
Well, we had some folks on from Flint, Michigan watching. Thank you for joining us.
Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, I got to
Man,
holler at my boy Rick. You remember Rick? He worked a lot with Ben Crosby. That's another one we'll miss. Yeah. So, all right. So you guys are good. I'm so glad to hear you guys are getting together and you're going to get back out on the road here in
Yes.
June. Okay. Well, That's good.
and making some time for the Sons of Motown. So
There you go, Maurice. Hey, Maurice is the Sons of Motown #1 fan.
true.
He
Mm.
pushes us because every
Yes.
time we are all together, each one of us will always make a comment that Maurice has said. That's why I
So,
mentioned earlier, I know Maurice from somewhere. You just said Maurice. Paul, this is Maurice, my co-host. You never
yeah.
said his last name.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And you know, I have like 4 or 5 pages, so it's hard for me to really identify people. And Maurice Shirley.
Yes.
That's
The Sons is something that people, not to take anything away from the review, but the Sons is something that a lot of people, including myself, wanted to see be successful
of
because
course.
of all the talent there and the history.
Of
So
course.
Mhm.
Of course, that's something we all want to see. You know, we owe it to the fans. We owe it to our dads, you know, because they left that door open for us.
Mhm.
So there be it.
yeah, we don't want the Sons of Motown to be your children.
You're right.
Oh.
That'd be the grandsons of Motown.
Lord, I don't know what you mean, Lord. So let's holler at some people before we get out of here. Who's that?
It's been an hour
Carmen,
already.
Detroit in the house. Yes. Y'all say hello to Carmen
Hey,
and
Corinne.
Ron. Oh, he's working with a great artist out of Detroit. Her name is Beth. I think she sang background with Anita Baker. So we'll plan to bring her on the show eventually. But Ron asked, "What's your favorite Temp song?" Good question.
Oh my God, that's not a question.
Mhm.
Because the Temptations have made so many great hits. And I don't want to be biased, but my favorite song by the Temps is "I Want a Love I Can See," and that's my dad.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Clemmy was
I love
talking
that
about
song.
that.
I
Yeah,
really love that song. To heart.
Wow.
Um, I do. It may sound biased, but it is what it is. But that's my favorite Temptation song. I want a love I can see. Oh my
yep.
God, that's my song right
Yeah.
there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's holler at Shirley. Shirley, Paul, what type of genre of music do you listen to of today?
I listen to
Snoop
a lot of.
Dogg.
I don't listen to no rap. I've it's hard for me to listen to the new R&B because most of these artists sound like each other. So my favorite artist, if I'm not listening to Temptations or old school, I'm listening to Will Downing. That's my favorite artist, Will Downing.
Mm,
Wow. Nice.
interesting.
Well, Downing,
Man,
yeah.
that's my man.
Yeah.
And my wife and I, we sing a lot of Will Downing and Rochelle Farrell.
Mm.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
yeah.
watch out there now, cause we may come out there now. It'd be
Wow.
hey, Williams +1 or whatever you want to call it.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, we have come to the end of our broadcast. I want to thank Mr. Maurice for hanging with us tonight.
thank you, Maurice.
My pleasure.
And
My pleasure.
this is new for me to have a co host all the way through the show. So thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Paul, you know I love you and want to thank you for coming on the show. Can't wait to see you and the guys out on the road again. I miss you so much. I'm not ready to come out yet, but you know we're we're gonna get there. Is there anything that you would like to say, words of inspiration, or to everybody out here?
Eh,
Uh,
And then
uh,
we're going to.
for all the new coming artists, don't just get out there to just to be singing. Get out there and learn the business. It's a lot to learn. Go out there and learn the business because that's a must need to know situation right there. Knowing the business. Uh, and one thing for you, Roz, could you please give my love? Seriously, can you please give my love and my heartfelt love for Clemmy? I really
Uh,
want him to get better. That's my Roz's husband, Clemmy. He's
mm,
such a great guy. I love me some Clemmy.
thank you.
And
Thank
and
you.
there's a story behind Clemmy because when I first met Clemmy, I was trying to figure out where I knew him from. And I could never figure it out until him and I sat after about 2-3 years later and started talking about karate kickboxing. And I studied that, and that's where I figured out where I knew Clemmy from. So I love Clemmy. Please tell him I love him. I hope he get better.
Thank you.
That's most important to me right now. Is Clemmy getting better.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't mean to make you tear up, but I have a certain feeling for Clemmy, and that's my man. Clemmy is a great guy, and I'm sure you know that because you wouldn't have married him if he wasn't. But I love Clemmy.
So I appreciate that. This is about you,
I
and
know.
he has love for all of you guys, and you know that. He loved doing the wardrobe. He loved being out there on the road with you all. So we just want to pray that we get to see you guys all work together. I don't know about the Sons of Motown, but I want to see Guinness Awards review
There you go.
together.
I got you.
And
I got you.
yeah.
And I
So
really thank you for having me on here. It's about time. You took a long time to get me on here. It's all good. I knew it'd happen eventually, but it took a long time.
hey, but you know what? I had to figure out how to do this. So it took time. So now
I know.
you're coming on when now I've got my show wrapped. I know how to move in and out. And so timing is everything. So there's no
Right.
time like this time now.
Right. Right.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Well,
And
thank you for having me.
you're welcome. Stand by, you guys. Well, this concludes our broadcast for today, episode 13 of season 2. Thank you all for rocking with your girl, Roz. We'll be back next week with saxophonist and flutist Najee. Please share the broadcast for tonight. It's not too late. You can still share it. And stand by for more information and be safe out there. I love you guys and can't wait to see you again. Peace. Stand by.